Are your healthy snacks harming your heart? We all want to make better choices for our health, especially when it comes to snacks. Maybe you've swapped out chips for baked crackers or ditched cookies for fat-free granola bars. But what if I told you that some of the most popular low-fat snacks, those marketed as heart-healthy or waistline-friendly, might actually be putting your blood pressure at serious risk? High blood pressure, or hypertension, affects nearly half of all adults in the United States. It's often called the silent killer because it rarely causes noticeable symptoms until it's too late. Stroke, heart attack, kidney failure. These are just some of the potential consequences. And while salt from fast food and canned soups often takes the blame, there's a quieter culprit hiding in plain sight: the snacks we think are good for us. According to insights from the Cleveland Clinic, a number of so-called healthy low-fat snack options are loaded with ingredients that can quietly nudge your blood pressure higher and higher. These snacks may look innocent on the outside, but behind the colorful packaging and health claims lies a different story. One filled with hidden sodium, excess sugars, and empty calories that wreak havoc on your cardiovascular system. It's not just about how much fat is in a food, it's about what's replacing it. When companies remove fat to make a product low-fat, they often have to add other ingredients to make it taste good. That's where things go wrong. And the result? You might be reaching for a snack you believe is protecting your heart, but in reality, it's silently working against it. So, before you open that low-fat popcorn bag or grab that rice cake, you need to know what's really going on inside. In this video, we'll uncover the 5 popular low-fat snacks that could be secretly driving up your blood pressure, plus healthier alternatives that truly support your heart. Ready to find out what's hiding in your pantry? Here's a question that might surprise you. What's the #1 source of sodium in most people's diets? You might think it's table salt, but it's not. It's processed and packaged foods, especially the ones we assume are healthy. Many low-fat snacks are secretly packed with sodium. When food manufacturers take fat out of a product, they often add more salt to compensate for the flavor that fat would normally provide. That's especially true for snacks marketed as low-fat or heart-smart. The intention is good: reduce fat, reduce risk. But without realizing it, you could be overloading your body with sodium in the process. Let's look at some examples. A single serving of low-fat cheese crackers might contain over 250 milligrams of sodium, and who eats just one serving low-fat popcorn? One small bag can contain up to 500 milligrams, especially if it's butter-flavored. Even low-fat deli meats or pre-packaged low-fat cottage cheese can sneak in more sodium than you'd ever expect. Some light soups or broths, labeled as low-fat, contain nearly a third of your daily sodium allowance in just one cup. The American Heart Association recommends no more than 1,500 milligrams of sodium per day for optimal heart health. Yet, the average American consumes closer to 3,400 milligrams more than double the ideal amount. Over time, that excess sodium causes the body to retain water, increasing blood volume and forcing the heart to work harder to pump it. That raises blood pressure, often without any immediate symptoms. And for older adults, the risk is even more pronounced as our kidneys become less efficient at filtering sodium with age. And here's the kicker: foods labeled low-fat or fat-free can still legally be called healthy, even if they're loaded with sodium. The packaging might show green leaves or a heart symbol, but what's inside may be quietly straining your cardiovascular system every time you snack. So next time you see a low-fat label, don't just check the fat content, flip it over and look at the sodium. If the numbers are high, it's time to reconsider that choice. Your heart will thank you. If you've ever looked at a label on a low-fat snack and thought, "This must be healthy," you're not alone. But here's something most people don't realize when fat is removed from food. Sugar often takes its place. And that trade-off, it could be damaging your blood pressure more than you think. Fat gives food flavor and texture. So when companies strip it out to make products low-fat or fat-free, they need something to keep you coming back for more. The usual answer: sugar, and lots of it. While it might not taste overly sweet, many savory low-fat snacks like flavored rice cakes, granola bars, and low-fat yogurts are packed with added sugars you wouldn't expect. But how does sugar raise blood pressure? The connection isn't always obvious. When you eat foods high in added sugar, especially in the form of fructose, your liver starts producing more uric acid. This uric acid can block nitric oxide, a compound that helps your blood vessels stay relaxed. With less nitric oxide, your blood vessels tighten, causing blood pressure to rise. In addition, sugar spikes your insulin levels, and over time, this can contribute to insulin resistance and inflammation, two key drivers of hypertension. Studies have found that people who consume more than 10% of their daily calories from added sugar have significantly higher blood pressure than those who eat less. Yet just one low-fat fruit-flavored yogurt can contain 20 grams of added sugar, or about 5 teaspoons. And many low-fat granola bars marketed to kids and adults alike contain nearly as much sugar as a candy bar. Even worse, sugar doesn't make you feel full the way fat does. So you end up eating more than one serving, thinking you're still making a smart choice, when, in reality, you're flooding your bloodstream with compounds that stress your heart and arteries. And don't let the fruit pictures on the label fool you. Many of these products use fruit flavor and added sweeteners rather than real fruit. What feels like a light, energizing snack might actually be creating long-term damage to your cardiovascular system. If you're trying to protect your heart, don't just watch the fat, watch the sugar. The World Health Organization recommends limiting added sugars to less than 5% of your total daily calories, which is about 25 grams for most adults. That's easy to exceed with just 1 or 2 healthy low-fat snacks. So the next time you're reaching for that low-fat yogurt or snack bar, flip it over. Check the sugar content. Because the truth is, your heart doesn't care if it's low-fat if it's high in sugar. The risk is still real. Have you ever noticed how many low-fat snacks are made with white flour, puffed rice, or corn-based ingredients? These are all examples of refined carbohydrates, and they may be doing just as much damage to your blood pressure as salt or sugar. Refined carbohydrates are processed grains that have had the bran and germ removed, stripping away most of the fiber, vitamins, and minerals. What's left is a starch that quickly breaks down into sugar in your bloodstream. When you eat refined carbs, your blood sugar spikes. In response, your body releases insulin, a hormone that helps your cells absorb sugar. But here's where the problem begins. Over time, repeated blood sugar spikes and surges of insulin can lead to insulin resistance, a condition where your cells stop responding properly. This not only increases your risk for type 2 diabetes, but it also contributes to chronic inflammation and damages the lining of your blood vessels. And when your blood vessels are stiff or inflamed, your blood pressure rises. Many popular low-fat snacks are heavy in refined carbs. Low-fat crackers, rice cakes, pretzels, low-fat cookies, all these foods lack fiber and digest quickly, sending your blood sugar on a roller coaster ride. And because they digest so quickly, they don't keep you full for long. That means you're more likely to snack again sooner and eat more than you intended. One study published in the journal JAMA Internal Medicine found that people who ate a diet high in refined carbohydrates had a significantly greater risk of high blood pressure compared to those who focused on whole grains. And the issue isn't just weight gain. Even people with a normal body weight can develop hypertension if their diets are heavy in refined carbs and low in nutrients. What's especially tricky is how these snacks are marketed. A bag of low-fat pretzels might seem like a smarter choice than chips, but nutritionally, it offers very little. No fiber to slow digestion, no healthy fats to support your heart. Just fast-digesting starch that can send your blood sugar and pressure soaring. If you want to snack smarter, aim for options that contain complex carbohydrates, those that come with fiber intact, like oats, quinoa, or whole grain crackers. These foods digest more slowly, help stabilize blood sugar, and support healthy blood pressure levels. The key takeaway: just because something says low fat on the label doesn't mean it's low risk. When it's loaded with refined carbs, it can still have a big impact on your heart health, especially over time. Imagine this: you open a bag of low-fat crackers while watching TV, thinking you're making a smart, heart-friendly choice. But an hour later, you've eaten the entire bag. And here's the catch. What felt like one harmless snack was actually 3 or 4 servings, each one packed with sodium, refined carbs, or sugar. Suddenly, your healthy snack just turned into a blood pressure bomb. One of the biggest traps in modern snacking is the way serving sizes are calculated and presented on packaging. Manufacturers often shrink the serving size to make the nutrition facts look better: less sodium, fewer calories, lower sugar. But these serving sizes rarely reflect how people actually eat. Take low-fat popcorn as an example. A single serving might be listed as 2 cups popped, but most snack bags contain 5 to 8 cups. And let's be honest, who eats just 2 cups? The same goes for low-fat granola bars. 1 bar might look like a single serving, but often, the official serving size is half a bar. That means if you eat the whole thing, you're getting double the sodium, sugar, and refined carbs listed on the label. And this overconsumption isn't just about numbers, it directly affects your blood pressure. When you eat more sodium or sugar than intended, even from foods you thought were healthy, it puts immediate stress on your cardiovascular system. Your blood volume increases, your arteries tighten, and your heart works harder with every beat. Research shows that people who don't pay attention to portion sizes often consume far more sodium and sugar than recommended without even realizing it. And since the effects of high blood pressure are gradual and silent, the damage adds up quietly over time. This issue is especially concerning for older adults, who may be trying to make healthier food choices based on front-label claims like low fat or light. But without a closer look at the back of the package and a realistic understanding of how much they're eating, they can unknowingly sabotage their heart health. So what's the solution? First, always check the serving size and compare it to how much you're actually eating. Second, pre-portion snacks instead of eating straight from the bag or box. And third, choose snacks that are naturally low in sodium and sugar, like a handful of unsalted nuts, a piece of fruit, or sliced vegetables with hummus. So, even if you eat a little more, it won't harm your health the same way processed snacks can. The bottom line: portion size matters. And when it comes to protecting your blood pressure, knowing how much you're really consuming is just as important as knowing what's in your food. Now that we've looked at how low-fat snacks can quietly raise your blood pressure, you might be wondering, what should you eat instead? The good news is, there are plenty of snack options that not only taste good, but also support your heart health. And it starts with going back to the basics: real, whole foods. One of the best approaches to snacking smart is to take inspiration from two of the most heart-protective diets ever studied: the DASH dietary approaches to stop hypertension diet and the Mediterranean diet. Both emphasize whole grains, fruits, vegetables, healthy fats, nuts, and seeds, all of which are linked to lower blood pressure and better overall health. So what does that look like in your snack routine? Start with unsalted nuts and seeds. Almonds, walnuts, pistachios, chia seeds, and flax seeds are all excellent choices. They contain healthy fats, magnesium, and potassium nutrients that help regulate blood pressure naturally. Just be mindful of portions. A small handful is plenty, and it's incredibly satisfying. Fresh fruit is another powerhouse snack. Bananas, oranges, apples, berries. These are packed with fiber, antioxidants, and potassium, which helps balance out excess sodium in the body. Instead of reaching for a sugary, low-fat granola bar, try a sliced apple with a tablespoon of natural peanut butter. It's sweet, crunchy, and heart-friendly. Vegetables with hummus or guacamole are also excellent choices. Carrot sticks, cucumber slices, bell pepper strips. They're not just low in calories, they're rich in fiber and antioxidants. Pair them with a dip made from healthy fats like avocado or chickpeas, and you've got a snack that nourishes your heart instead of straining it. Greek yogurt, in its plain, unsweetened form, is another great alternative. Unlike the flavored, low-fat versions, plain Greek yogurt is high in protein and probiotics, and you can sweeten it naturally with fresh fruit or a drizzle of honey. It's creamy, filling, and much kinder to your blood pressure. Whole grain options like oats or rye crisp breads can also be smart choices when you need something more substantial. Just make sure they're low in sodium and don't come with hidden sugars or preservatives. Top them with avocado, cottage cheese, or sliced tomato for a balanced mini-meal. And don't underestimate the power of hydration. Sometimes what feels like hunger is actually thirst. Keep a bottle of water or herbal tea nearby and sip throughout the day. Staying well hydrated helps maintain healthy blood volume and pressure. The key is, this snacks shouldn't come in a flashy package with health claims. They should come from your kitchen, your fridge, or your local produce aisle. When you focus on whole foods with natural nutrients, you're not just avoiding the hidden dangers we talked about earlier. You're actively supporting a stronger, healthier heart. Let's take a step back and think about what we've just uncovered. You started this video believing low-fat snacks were a smart, heart-healthy choice. And in some ways, that belief made sense. For decades, we were told fat was the enemy, that cutting it out would help us lose weight, stay healthy, and avoid heart disease. But, as you've now seen, removing fat often opens the door to something far more dangerous: hidden sodium, added sugars, and refined carbohydrates that quietly raise blood pressure and strain the heart. We looked at how salt sneaks into seemingly innocent snack foods, how sugar replaces fat in an effort to keep taste alive, and how refined carbs spike blood sugar and insulin, setting off a chain reaction that can lead to hypertension. We saw how serving sizes are often misleading, tricking us into eating far more than we realize. And finally, we explored smarter alternative snacks that nourish rather than harm, and choices rooted in real food rather than marketing tricks. Here's what matters most. Your everyday habits, not just big meals or weekend indulgences, shape your long-term health. The small decisions you make when you're hungry between meals matter. And the good news is, once you know the truth, you have the power to change the outcome. So next time you're in the snack aisle and something says low fat or light, don't be fooled by the label. Flip it over. Read the ingredients. Check the sodium, the sugars, the carb sources. Ask yourself, is this food supporting my heart or quietly working against it? Your heart works for you, 24/7. Isn't it time your snacks did the same? If this video helped you rethink your snack choices, share it with someone you care about. You might just help them avoid the silent damage caused by everyday foods. And if you've got a favorite healthy snack that keeps your blood pressure in check, leave a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. Take care of your heart. Take care of your life. And thank you for watching.